guys had a good week. Mine was alright. I survived. But yeah, today I want to discuss like attachment theory and raising a high needs baby, right? But like not as much as a psychologist or psychiatrist would discuss it, just in a personal experience sort of thing. And yeah, so what triggered me to discuss this was yesterday I saw a video on TikTok about this mother who was telling her story about when her daughter was 3. The daughter wanted to sleep like with the mother in the mother's bedroom or bed, but the mother was like, she didn't understand why a 3-year-old will want to sleep with her. Lando of like social media and a lot of these psychologists and everything like that promoting sleep training. So her mind was like, she's 3 years old, she's supposed to be sleep trained, why does she want to sleep with me? So she did not want to allow the child to sleep with her, to a point where the child would literally sleep on the tiles outside the mother's bedroom. Like the child would leave their own comfortable bed and sleep outside of the mother's bedroom. And yeah, no, that thing triggered me. And the mother, I didn't manage to finish the whole video, but the mother did say that she was looking back, she regretted it a lot. And I understand why. Landuba, you're so caught up in what a child is supposed to be doing or supposed to be acting that you actually miss moments when they need you. And when you do that, the child won't trust you, so they'll have like an attachment style later on that is insecure because basically you weren't there when they needed you. So that's how you get abandwana or kids who can have insecure attachment styles whilst they were living with their mothers and their fathers in the house, is because as much as the parents were present or the parents were there, but emotionally they weren't supportive. And that triggered me. At first, I don't want to lie, I judged her. I'm like, yo umdana, like you even allow the child to sleep on the tiles and you let it happen. But then I gave her grace because I remembered my own story. My own story with my daughter is that my child was attached, not even attached, she did not want to be put down when she was okay. So let me start from the beginning. My daughter, we only got to go home with her after a week because the first week she had to be in the neonatal ICU. So she was in the ICU, she slept in her own bed there, and she would just wake up, like drink, and we would constantly call like the ICU to find out, even at night, how's she doing, is she sleeping well? And the nurses would be like, your child is good, she just eats a lot. Like that's the one thing they would complain about, that this child eats a lot even before, because they would schedule their feedings and she would scream even before the time would come. So I knew her to be a good sleeper from the neonatal ICU, but the day before she got discharged, I had to go into the hospital and sort of sleep there with her to see how she would perform outside of the ICU. So I slept in the maternity ward with her. And what confused me is she didn't want to sleep with me. Like the nurse would constantly come saying, why is she not sleeping? And my strategy was to like breastfeed her, like rock her to sleep, and then when she sleeps, I'd put her on the cot next to me that they give you in the hospital. And she would wake up every time I put her down, and I'd be like, what is wrong with this child? Until 4 a.m. we did this for the whole night until 4 a.m. And then I gave up and I thought, you know what, she must just sleep on my hands because she's a newborn baby and she doesn't want to sleep. The only time she slept was when she was on my hands, right? And I thought, it's because she hasn't been sleeping with her mother for a week and maybe she misses me. We got home, it did not stop. She did not want to sleep on her cot. She didn't want to sleep anywhere, like on the floor. She just wanted to sleep in my arms. And it even got worse. It got worse to a sense where if she doesn't feel that she's in my arms or smell me, she would scream, cry. She would cry so much so basically it came to a point where 24/7 I was holding her. Where I'm waking up, I had to hold her, right? And this frustrated me. I don't even want to lie. I didn't understand it because people would tell you, but it's so nice having a newborn because they just sleep. Like they will eat and sleep and you can clean and you can make food for yourselves and be on your phone. And that's how I know newborns to be from my experience with seeing other people's kids, right? Newborns sleep. Mine didn't. Mine just wanted to breastfeed and be in my arms, and I did not understand it. So it was that, and because my child wasn't acting the way I know other newborns to be, it frustrated me so much. And I didn't have a helper during that time. We decided not to have a helper, so it was just me and my partner. And when he went back to work, it really got to me because I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't make myself food without having a newborn in my arms. I couldn't do it. I couldn't breathe without this child. I had so much anger. I just asked, like, what's wrong with you? And I'd researched so many things, like, does this child have colic? What's wrong with this child? And there was nothing wrong with my child. Honestly, there was nothing wrong with my child. She just wanted to be held. And this thing got me so much that I would wash her clothes and have to go outside and hang her clothes with a newborn who I at first I believed you don't go outside with a newborn. But I had to because I didn't have a choice. So that was the life I was living. I was frustrated and she didn't sleep well. So I didn't sleep well. I was just cranky to a point where the first thing I would do when my partner got back from work was to just hand him the child. Like, I wasn't interested in his day. I just wanted a break. Like, I was really frustrated. And it only changed when I was scrolling on TikTok while she was sleeping, like her little naps. And I came across a video of this woman saying, like, her greatest regret was being frustrated during these times where a baby is just acting like a baby. And she said something like, you should raise the child that you have and not the child that you want. And that got to me. Like, that was the only turning point in my motherhood journey where I just allowed my daughter to do whatever, right? And it wasn't easy because you think you're spoiling the child by holding them 24/7, and you will think after 3 months I'm going back to work. And how will the person who's going to take care or look after your child while you're at work react to a child who doesn't want to sleep in the bed? They want to sleep on you, right? I'd have those worries, but I decided just to let go. It was so bad, man, that I would research techniques to get your child to sleep on their cots, and they said take your breast pads, right? If you're breastfeeding, take breast pads, like they will have milk in it, because babies smell you because of milk. Especially if you're breastfeeding, they will smell the milk, they know it's you. Do all of these, like give the baby your t-shirt so that they smell you or something like that. I'd do all of these things. My child knew that this is not mom, I want mom. Like, she knew exactly what she wanted from the minute she was born, and it didn't change. So yeah, no, after that I decided to, like, stop being angry and just allow my child to contact NAP and to just contact everything. And I got used to it, and I stopped being sort of like angry and frustrated, and only then did I get used to her and understand her needs. And yeah, it was beneficial to just raise the child and learn and be introduced to my daughter and not expect her to be like other kids, even in her infancy. And this carried on. And with regards to the person taking care of my child when I went to work, that worried me so much. But luckily for us, we got a helper who was really, really patient with my daughter. At first she didn't believe me when I said that my daughter doesn't want to sleep without being held or without being on someone. So she would try to get her to sleep using like umbeleke on her back, then put her down, and she would wake up every time. Like my daughter would wake up every time, to a point where Usisi finally understood, and my daughter would sleep on her back the whole time. So imagine, she would always have a child on her back, and she would need to clean and cook and all of these things. But I'm grateful that she was patient with my daughter and allowed her to be. And this only changed when my daughter reached 6 months. So that was the only time she wouldn't wake up if you put her on the bed. So that's another advice to anyone, that that's advice that my mom gave me. But no matter what you're facing, just know that a child will grow up and things will change. So your child won't be clingy for long. They'll grow up. Your child won't be in this situation for long. They'll grow up. So yeah, my advice, especially for like an attachment, fostering a good attachment with your child, it doesn't only start when they can talk or they can walk or they're like in preschool. It literally starts from the moment that they are born. Listen to your child's cues and what they need. They might need things that other kids won't need, but try to adjust to them. Then they will trust you enough to grow out of that situation or whatever they needed then, and be better, man. And yeah, and raising that high needs baby thing, I saw that on TikTok. I'm not sure if my child is high needs in general, or is she high needs because I'm breastfeeding, and breastfeeding kids, I've been told, are more clingy. So I'm not sure if she's just generally high needs or it's because she's breastfeeding. But that is what I learned in the first few months of me being a mom. And yeah, just raise the child that you have and not the child that you want, or the child that you think your child should be. And this starts from the minute that they're born. So yeah, that is what I wanted to discuss today. Yeah.